You are listening to the one and only, the hottest podcast show on the planet. It's okay, Law. Over to you, John, Kenny, and Eugene.
Well, I mean, that's the beginning. But what I truly want to play is this.
Happy birthday, asshole. Well, look at you, boy, grown up and tall.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nice transition.
No lah, we should be nice. Happy birthday, dude. It's your birthday week, right? Has to be.
One day after, yes. The
One
day
day
after.
after.
The day after. Which I'm supposed to be able to actually get discount at waffles and ice cream place, but
Even on
didn't
the
go
day
in the end. What I was told was that they can do, well, this place in called Fluff in Paramount is like the day before, and or the day after.
Well, yeah, we couldn't like ask you to do a podcast recording on your actual birthday, right? Though you had a unofficial
Do
off
nothing
day,
day.
right? Yeah.
Do nothing day, but end up also got to do something lah. I mean, do something not for myself.
At night is easy.
How would you know, Eugene, huh? Is that how you celebrate all your birthdays? Night busy?
So, not only the birthdays.
I remember at one point, I think our friends, like among the few married and then those around same age, will say like, so how many times do you all have sex as a married couple? Or only 2 times a year? Birthday and Valentine's Day. Valentine's is all like that's a thing that apparently goes around.
Oh dear. Okay.
Not a good
Somebody
standard
is
to go
not.
by.
Somebody
Maybe
is
that's
not
the only
agreeing.
one that they admit to lah. That's the
Right.
only one
That they admit to. So they're playing it down lah. Playing it down.
Play down.
Well, that was on when was that? You mean Phuket? That was our 35th? No, 32nd.
Well, I don't remember when did we go Phuket, but
It's not 30th. 30th was Langkawi, so this is later.
it was a nice getaway, I reckon, with a bunch of friends. So what happened is like, I'm not sure. Why did you bring it up? Is that where the conversation
It is.
about the birthday? How many
The
times
guys
you?
by the guys by the poolside with beer and drinks and
Right, okay.
like past late 10
Were the
o'clock.
wives
Yeah.
there so? Or is it
No.
just guys?
The wives were with the children, or there was someone else, and then there's guys lah. And I think the question came up by one of our friends who's training to be a padre, maybe. I'm not sure.
The what?
One of our friends who's training to be a padre,
right now.
a Christian
Father.
a Catholic father, padre.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he brought up the question, or maybe he or somebody else, and then that's how it came up.
Okay.
Okay, I don't really
Frequency.
remember. Maybe I'm not in that conversation.
You were there, but I don't recall what was the details. But okay, moving on. This doesn't deserve a segment.
Well, I mean, it
Or
is
does it?
still a segment. We still haven't moved away from that segment because you remember the 2 episodes ago we were talking about your back and everything, and
It was last episode.
yeah,
it was 2 weeks ago.
well, 2
Yeah,
weeks
but we
ago,
didn't do-
not
2 weeks
two,
ago, yes,
two
yes.
episodes. Did I say 2 episodes ago? I mean 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Last week it didn't happen because something came up, So then we came to this week, and then we can talk about that. So we got you a birthday present. Do you have it with you?
I do, and I wonder whether it will be visible. I wonder whether it will be visible in this light or not.
Well, if I just put the cam on you, wow, it's so black though.
Oh.
Maybe do you want to turn on your room light just for this?
Maybe you can crank it up.
I'll have to.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You put it in the center. You can cover your face.
I can't see what thing. There you go.
So that's the everyday backpack 20 liter by Peak Design.
30.
No, that's a 20.
No. 20.
Oh, it's 20, yeah. Oh, okay.
20.
Sure,
I
they
told somebody I
gave
got-
you they give you the right bag.
Eh, 30 more expensive than
Yeah, 30 is more expensive.
Yeah,
One.
now okay. I'll trust you guys. Now that you mentioned it, yeah, actually I think it's the 20 from the looks of it, because I was watching the videos that you all sent to me, and then yeah, it looks like it's the. Why I keep thinking it's the 30? I don't know why.
How is it? I mean, your first impression. Have you played with it? Have you loaded up?
I haven't loaded it up, but I've like according to the video, I then played with all the little knickknacks and all the stuff. I think it really worked out. So I just need to load it up. I haven't actually had a chance to use the bag, or for even any of the reasons so far. So I just need to load it up, and then I think even looking at how the shoulder strap, it goes in the middle, and it has the it tries to put the weight into the you call it the sternum or the torso
Yeah, the sternum,
or whatever.
yeah.
That and even without the sternum strap itself, right? That is how the strap seems to go towards. I think that alone will already hopefully make a difference. So yeah.
It's kind of crazy that they have to come up with a video to explain how to use the bloody bag, right? We used to grow up in times where bag is a bag, you just dump everything in, you can screw the organization, you're just able to just go into the whirlpool of a black hole in your bag trying to dig things out.
Yeah, just dump everything in.
Yeah.
But have you
That's the
guys
problem.
do you guys know very much about like women's handbags?
What about a women's handbag?
You can't find
Because
stuff inside it.
A lot of them are like that, you know. A lot of them is just one big cavity, then you just dump everything in. And if you want to find the ones that have got like say
Organized compartments.
thoughtfully like placed like a section for like your handphone, you may get a handphone one, but you don't get like so many like sub compartments. It's nothing like the Peak Design bag. And yeah, so I was very surprised by that. I'm like, isn't it like even more important for like women and their handbags to keep it organized? But a lot of the bigger brands, it's just one big cavity only.
Sounds like a demand that Peak should address.
So what? You want Peak Design to
Wanna-
go
wanna
into
appeal to
women's
them
bag? Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I do know that Peak Design is launching a new Kickstarter
Women's handbag?
project. So they sent out a teaser video a week ago, and I believe it's this week that they are releasing something new, which I do not know what it is yet.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, if it's going to be a woman's handbag, I'll be interested.
It's not so straightforward. Right? There's a lot of factors that go into choosing a bag.
Definitely.
But usually you try to buy the Peak Design. What's it called? The tote, right?
I bought it.
Yeah,
I
you bought the tote
So-
for your wife,
I did.
and
So
then
this was the Gen 1 V1, the V1 tote, and it was a bit too big for her.
Mhm.
So it just like we just didn't use it for like a while. Then I ended up using it for work.
I see.
So yeah, and it's quite good. I quite like it, but it's a different thing lah. It's a sling bag.
Yeah.
And
It's a tote,
Yeah,
tote sling, yeah.
yeah, and they claim that you can convert it to a backpack, but it's quite difficult to convert. You can, but once you convert it, it's not
The
comfortable
strap
at
is not
all.
comfortable.
Once you've used the everyday carry, I don't think you want to use the tote as a backpack. I mean, the configuration option
It's
is
a
there,
bit of
but
a
then it's
stretch,
just, it's a stretch,
But,
yeah.
but I can't speak for the V2 or V3 of the tote that they've done, but the V1
Got three versions already, yeah, okay.
V2. I actually got the V2 for Amelia, so
Okay.
I'm not sure whether she's liking it. I guess
Have
she's
you-
not
have you
liking
tried
the
wearing
color.
it as a backpack?
Well, that one actually has a better backpack strap,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But it has two colors, one in black and the other one in beige. So what happened was they were throwing about 300 ringgit discount on the black
Oh,
color
wow.
one, and not the beige one.
Another beige one, which is
And
probably a
I
little more
was
feminine.
like $300, 300 ringgit for a different color.
That's a big discount.
I guess in hindsight,
A
I
neutral colour.
should just ignore it and buy the bloody beige one because that's the one that she probably wanted. But
It's beige, like as in like lighter brown, or is it like a hue of like touch of pink
it's
or something?
khaki. It's light
Okay.
khakis.
Okay.
It's
A little
actually quite
softer on the
nice, I gotta
colour.
say.
Yeah.
It's actually
okay.
quite nice. If I were the one to use the tote, I think the black is fine with me. Yeah, either or for me. And I figured that, you know what, it can be 300 ringgit is a lot of savings, I thought. So I went with the black one. I think it was during Christmas last year. And I bought it. She uses it for work in between of like, prior to this, she also went and purchased a very big handbag and throw everything. It's like, again, a black hole.
One big cavity.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge bag, and she kept complaining that it's like heavy to carry and stuff like that. So that's why I got her the backpack. Well, it's not a backpack; it's more of a tote. And it, somewhat right. I don't know about Peak Design accidentally or purposefully did this, but it's much more of a feminine bag than say a guy's bag, no matter what. The tote,
The
to me
tote?
at least.
Okay.
Right. So
Maybe
that's
look-
why
maybe look
I
for it and see.
didn't mind getting it for her. I'm looking forward for you to actually configure your bag, because they have like all those flexible dividers inside that you could like really change up the way you segmentize things in the bag. Like I'm not sure what you put in your bag. Maybe one day you can do a lay flat and then we can do it on the show somehow. I don't know how you're gonna.
That's what it's called, a lay flat. Okay,
A lay
okay.
flat. Yeah.
That would be an interesting video to do.
Yeah, you
Oh,
put.
there is an everyday tote and there is an
A tote and everyday tote.
hang on. There's a tote and there's a tote pack. So which was the one you bought for Amelia?
The pack feels like an add-on.
Does
Tote
it look like a
pack.
handbag or does it look like a backpack?
A backpack.
It looks like a pack, is it?
Yeah,
Bigger
a
lah.
backpack.
Looks like a
Okay.
backpack, bigger.
Tote pack lah, I think. Tote pack.
Okay.
Okay, sorry I interrupted you.
No worries. I'm trying to figure out. So it's everyday tote pack, not the everyday.
Tote pack. Okay.
So smaller?
This
Tote.
looks kind of like a backpack. Where are the straps though?
Yeah, kind
Oh,
of
there we
like a
go.
backpack, but it has a handle per se.
Right.
To carry on one side.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it looks better as a backpack lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, why didn't I get the everyday tote 15 to 20 liter? I guess it's too small, right? Well,
The tote is smaller than the pack. Okay.
Tote, yeah, tote is like a handbag like that.
Okay.
Mm.
Tote equals handbag. Okay.
So the one
that's a
that
bit used to.
I bought was the V1 tote.
yeah.
So
Okay. So the tote pack is bigger. All right.
Well,
We'll have another segment in the future show when I have got my setup with the everyday carry 20 liter fully done up. I mean, I'm already looking forward to just being able to pull it aside and then grab things out from the side zipper and not having somebody else to help me to do it, or I have to like pull it out and then reach for stuff myself. Even that alone is already a game changer already.
you know there's a way to
and-
do it, right? You got to unleash the strap on
Sternum?
the backpack. The sternum,
Eh?
yeah. I mean, when you swing the
Loosen-
back around,
there's a
you-
loosening
yeah,
thing.
loosen the strap so that you have leeway to swing the back around.
Yeah. Because if it's that loose that you can just swing it around, then obviously it's a too loose a fit and it's not good for the weight distribution. So yeah, I have to get used to that. I know of the technique. I mean, hence that 30+ minute video on all the features of the everyday carry V2, right?
Yeah.
it's believable. 30 minutes.
It is.
That's a lot of. Well, they
yeah.
demonstrate what to carry. I mean, between the cameras to like your everyday carry, that kind of stuff. If you're gonna have a bag full of gym clothes, how you gonna pack it? If I'm not sure if they did a dad or a mom thingy, how you gonna pack?
No that much, but basically they covered a lot of the a very common use cases. So it's pretty adaptable to what family dad bag would do. So we could do a dad bag segment in future.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the flexi dividers or whatever they call it. Those are like quite good lah. So I don't use both, but yeah, it basically allows you to like configure it to whatever you want lah.
But Eugene, you use it for your dad bag, right? Or you don't need a dad bag anymore, right? Because it's older now.
I still do sometimes, but not so much anymore lah. Don't have to
Okay.
carry
That much
don't have
things,
to
that
carry
many
like
things.
special food for them, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah,
think
so
the
but-
tote the V1 that you had is a better father's bag or a family bag?
think so.
Father's bag
think
sounds like
so.
something else.
I
Totally.
don't think so because it's primarily a sling bag on one side, and you get the most features when it's a sling bag. So you get, and the problem with that is it weighs down one side and it's very annoying. And this is obviously not only a problem with the tote bag, but for any like sling bag, it's just one sided, and I don't like that. It hurts after a while. So, but yeah, the everyday backpack is you get the benefits of the backpack, but you also get the dividers lah, which you don't get with anything else, as far as I know lah. So, So I did do like quite a lot of prior research to like backpacks and yeah, it's this is the one. I was just telling John like when you were before you connected that
Yeah.
that I've had this for 5 years.
The tote?
5 years. No, my everyday backpack.
Everyday.
So I've had it for 5 years already. So it's been very good. It's like I don't want any other backpack.
I got the bag from the Kickstarter campaign that when they launched the every bag line.
I
OG.
remember.
The OG.
I
And in
remember.
fact, that's not the OG bag that I'm using right now because I sold that away to another fellow photographer on a very, very good price, I got to say. Almost, I think, after a while, I regretted it. I think I regretted selling it. I don't mind having the 30 liter, to be honest. Just simply because the amount of gears I carry. As a bag that if I were to carry every day, it's a little bit too big of a 30 liter. So 20 liters should be fine. But the fact that if I were to go out for a photo shoot, being in a photo walk or whatever, having the 30 liters just feels a little bit more comfortable. That's all. But yeah, I had it since day one when they launched the Kickstarter. And I did even like went and pledged for another one later on in their Kickstarter other projects, the travel line. I'm not sure whether you guys can see it. Oh, it's on the floor over there. So I thought it was hung, but no. Yeah.
Is this the one that? It's like 45 liters or something?
Yeah, it's a bigger bag. It's a
Wow.
bigger bag. It's not meant for a everyday line, meaning that I don't want to be using it for my everyday carry. It's a little bit too big for me to bring it around for, say, a photo walk, to shoot around a city or whatever. And it doesn't have the functionality of what the everyday backpack does, like the one where you loosen your strap and then you swing your bags forward to access the
Yeah, that's
side
quite a big one.
compartments. That's actually one of the biggest sell for me when it comes to the everyday backpack as a photography backpack for photo walks, because I could swing it, change my lens, and then continue walking, that kind of thing, without putting the whole entire bag on the floor. So yeah,
Right.
it's pretty good. And I've got to say, right, I mean, prior to all these things, they were functional photography bags with like compartments where they are like I don't know, they call it dividers, right? So that they're dividers for photography bag. And I don't remember prior to this, right, everyday backpacks, every sort of like a daily driver of a backpack, you don't have dividers like this. You don't have
Yeah, you don't.
purposefully designed compartments for certain things. You have a big pouch maybe in front, maybe to put your keys and everything, and then you have got a main compartment, right? Until the last good 5 to 8 years after the everyday line came out, people started to design backpacks with compartments for certain things. You reckon? I don't know. That's what I think I observed.
To be honest, after I got the everyday backpack, I stopped researching every other bag.
There's no better.
because it just ticked all the boxes that I needed it to be. So I needed all the boxes ticked. So there were some other brands by, what's that brand called? Timbuktu.
Uh-huh.
There was a brand called Timbuktu.
Yeah.
And it's based out of San Francisco or something like.
Yep.
And then there were other brands like those like hiking bags like Camelback and things like
Timberland.
that. And the Mercedes of hiking backpacks, the Mystery Ranch ones. None of them had these compartments. And
Actually,
yeah, and
now that you talk about Timbuktu, I had a Timbuktu and they do have compartments. Maybe it's not marketed that way, that it programmed into our head.
which Timbuktu did you have?
I can't remember. It's actually
Sling
the one
bag
pretty
or
smart.
backpack?
It's a sling bag, all right.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty smart because prior to COVID days, right? I travel quite a bit, right? So during the time, I was looking for a bag that is like easy access, and that sling bag. What happened is that you can put in your laptop, right? You know
Right.
how
Yeah,
people
they have a laptop compartment.
you have a laptop compartment. That's
Yep.
that's pretty not normal across. But this, what happened is that the Timbuktu can unzip in the center, separating the back compartment and the laptop compartment. So when you are going through the X-ray scan, you do not need to take out the laptop. You just unzip, lay the whole entire bag flat, right? Because
That's
it's now
quite clever.
split into. Think of a laptop, a MacBook clamp like that, right? So there's a back. If it's a laptop that's closed, is closed like that. Close like that, right? So if it's open, you just open up the laptop like that, right? But this one you can go flat all the way, where the laptop is over here, and then the all your bags stuff are over here. So through the X-ray, what happens is you can see only the laptop, and there's nothing underneath, right? So you can just go through without taking the laptop out. I mean,
I remember that.
having that, right? Is one thing. You know that laptop, the bag can do that, right? But going through all these security checks and everything, you always ask, take out your laptop. It doesn't work because at the end of the day, they ask you to take out the bloody laptop.
They're just following orders. So I also don't think about
see
it.
the laptop. I don't want to see the laptop pouch.
They want it
the laptop.
completely detached and placed into a separate bin. So it's like, okay, lor.
So the idea was there, but the execution is just not there. So essentially, it's
Timbuktu was not bad. Timbuktu was not
Timbuktu
bad. They had like some special ideas. The bags were not as well made as the Peak Design bags, but I had one Timbuktu backpack that gave me access to my laptop at the side, so I would swing it around and access it from the side. So that was very good. And I could also access the main compartment from the side, so that was very good as well. But
one thing about the Peak Design
problems.
One thing about the Peak Design bags, and what is revolutionary about it when it first came out, is backpacks used to be you go to the store, right, and you see backpacks hanging there to be sold. They're all with plastics and airbags inside so that it looks puffed up.
Right.
Peak Design bags hold their shapes. Right. So prior to that, there's not many bags that actually holds their shapes. They're all flat.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So it holds the shape. It stands pretty well.
Did you? I think there were quite a number of camera focus bags. They could do that though. Like some of the low pro ones. Like, did you have one of those low pro ones that had like
pouch,
a strap around? It's a backpack, but then you can like strap it around your waist. And you turn it around, and then you can kind of like lay flat.
Yeah,
and kind of like a baby, like you're attached
like a tray,
a tray. Then you open it like that.
Yeah.
Did you have that?
I did had a very huge Lowy Pro bag, very huge,
right?
And that was like camera bags tend to be like that simply because you put in like
the dividers.
The dividers make the shape of it. Right.
Yeah, it becomes like the skeleton of the bag.
Yeah, it becomes the shape of it. So therefore you always have a shape, but never really prior to the Peak Design everyday line, a backpack holds its shape for nothing.
Right.
So that's what I thought lah.
Outside of both of you talking about using the Peak Design bags, and like among people who I know, whatever, I've not seen anybody else. Yep, I've not seen anybody else actually using the Peak Design bags, except for one. I saw some Eugene went and get another bag. So I was saying that other than the two of you talking about and using and showing the Peak Design bags, I've only ever seen somebody carrying it in Singapore when I was there.
Oh, really?
How many years ago? Yeah, I was walking the mall, and then I was on the escalator, and then I was looking up. Hey, Peak Design bag. I mean, it was evident to me, and he was like using it like a really everyday. And I don't think he was a young dad or he's not a dad yet, and he was like having stuff on it. So I saw it once in Singapore, and then true enough, when I attend weddings, I've seen photographers using the bag. Right. And I was like, hey, that's a nice bag. And they're like, yeah, nice bag. So it's like, only that. So like, usually you're in Singapore, and then like John, you're a photographer, and then I've only seen in Singapore and a photographer. I have not seen in Malaysia any one non-photography in that line or in that moment using a Peak Design. So if within what I've seen, I will be the first in a non-photography sense.
Well, it's an expensive bag.
It is an expensive bag.
Yeah.
So let me show you guys like Adeline's backpack. This is her backpack.
Okay, let me just focus on you. Okay, there you go.
Okay, this is her backpack, right? When she puts it on the floor, it's like this.
Yeah, it doesn't hold shape.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
What's the brand? Is it the Umbra? What's that? What's that? What's that? Like, I saw the logo or stuff like that mountain logo. The mountain logo on the strap I saw.
It's a Mac pack. It's a Mac pack.
I saw a logo of a mountain at the strap.
No, it's actually the New Zealand islands. So
New Zealand Islands.
yeah, I think it's a New Zealand brand. Something. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a brand, no.
So when you stand it up like this, when you put it on the ground, it just bends over like this, like it's got a broken back. It's horrible. So it doesn't happen with the everyday backpack. So cool.
I mean, even like regular backscape.
Backpack, it
Okay.
stands. It just stands.
It just stands.
It's fantastic.
Look at that. It just stands.
Since I have it, I can show you like how I use the thing.
Well, you guys listening to the audio podcast, I'm sorry. We are all showing off the
it's a bit
bloody
messy.
bag. Wait, hold on.
That's-
Let me just push it to you first.
That's not messy. So this is like
anyway,
your going
this-
out stuff, okay?
Yeah, so I only use one of the flex dividers.
Which
So
works
the-
for you lah, cause
The
yeah.
flex dividers, this is kind of like the lower part is kind of like the cellar. And the cellar is like where all the stuff that I don't really access all the time goes to. So the top part is where some of the more frequent stuff that I access goes
You
to.
know what? I will configure slightly differently. I will use another of the flex divider, right, to make a small little compartment to fit in a power bank.
Triangle, top one. Oh no.
No,
Power
it's just
bank.
like slightly underneath. So it just hold the power bank size.
Right, yeah, you can do that. So the reason why I chose the flex divider over here is because I wanted this to fit one A4 file, so I could put like a work document.
Sideways?
I mean, just standing up.
Oh, standing up. Oh,
So
yeah,
this fits an
it's big
A4
enough,
to the
huh?
top. Yeah, it's big enough.
Oh, like portrait
So-
in ready in. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and so it's a bit hard to see lah. And then this shelf is also aligned this way so that I could fit that one A4
Document.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can make it like horizontal, but then I wouldn't be able to fit the document. So yeah, and it's and you've seen I also got a light here.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's a bit,
Oh, wait.
it's kind of crappy lah. I got a light in here as well. So this
But it makes sense. I mean, having the light there totally makes sense, isn't it? I mean,
yeah,
it's work.
it's just a flashlight lah. So
Okay.
it's a bit hard to show like over this.
No, can see. Okay, over the. Yeah, it's. I can see a glow there.
Oh, there's kind of like a cross arrangement here. So
yeah, I can see.
This one is actually like just a lanyard that I weaved at the bottom because
What's that for?
there is a defect with the Peak Design bags where the lower part of the foam here, the fabric gets worn out quicker because this is the part that rubs against your waist like a bit more.
Right.
So yeah, so this part gets worn out quicker. So I just like wove this like lanyard around it just to protect that part of the foam, and it's okay lah.
Just the cross would then protect like that few centimeter square of the.
Well, the question here is
This lower part lah actually.
the question here is how did you find out that over there gets worn out quickly?
This is actually the second bag. So the first bag was something that I had to get a warranty claim for because of that problem. So
Oh,
this is the second bag that they sent me with a stronger like fabric, but it still wears out. So
And how long you
So,
had
yeah.
the first bag for before you were sent for warranty?
let's see. I just checked. I bought it in February 2018. Warranty was in October 2018. So that was
6 months.
7 months.
6
Oh,
months.
that's pretty quick though.
Very quick.
Oh, so it's
when-
within like a
when-
year.
Yeah, within a year. So I have pictures of it. So it wore through the fabric like fairly quickly.
Okay, so
But,
you had to send back the bag, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you mean. I'm just feeling it right now on the new one. I can imagine what you mean by it wearing. And it's like the both sides like a left and right, like a
Yeah.
padding.
It's a
thing.
mesh, yeah.
Mesh. Yeah. It's like a very
It's foam underneath
Yeah.
the fabric lah.
foam and fabric, and the fabric is like really, like a mesh, which is a very fine mesh. Yeah.
So you got to send back that bag to Peak Design and they sent you a new one, right?
They sent me a replacement one, then they asked me to return this one, which I did.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
So
got
the
a cue
lanyard that
from
you
you.
use-
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So I got the cue from you because my brother's bag had the same problem with the mesh. and his is I think it's even older than yours. And
there you
after
go.
you changed your bag, not long after that, a couple of months maybe, I asked him to send it back, or rather drop them an email. And instead of them actually ask my brother to send it back, they just send a brand new bag and tell that bag, if it's still completely useful, give it away, or if it doesn't, then
Right.
whatever.
So
So
it looked like this.
Oh,
So
okay,
like this,
okay.
the lower ribbing,
Yes.
the lower ribbing over here. So this part is the one that gets rubbed against like your clothes like more.
Correct.
And so that was what wore out.
I see.
And then the foam was fine. It's just that the fabric that was covering the foam was the one that was like wearing
And
out.
it's getting exposed
Yeah.
over time.
So they sent me a replacement bag with a stronger fabric over the same foam. But even that started to wear after a while. So but it's okay, because then I discovered I could just do this like thing that I wove the thing around it, and it was fine. It still hasn't like worn through after all these years.
So you got the lanyard literally covering that exact two spots.
Yeah. So I just wove it so that it would be like covering that part, no?
Wove it in against what?
Like that, no? Just because there is like a see. So it's just a lanyard, and you just like weave it through like this back
Okay,
part here,
okay,
which opens. So it protects these two. It protects these two parts lah. Sorry, these two parts lah. So if you see under here, it also like started to like wear a bit, but it's not so. But it stopped lah after I did this. So you know.
Actually, the red and
look
black,
kinda cool, isn't
the
it?
red and black. Yeah. It actually looks quite nice.
yeah, so those wondering what you're listening right now, because you're on our audio podcast, you can search us up on youtube.com/it's okay lah, and then you'll see what we are talking about.
Alright.
All right, so you can hack back a little bit. When Eugene's back from Singapore, maybe he can actually help you out with whatever lanyard that he's putting behind.
preemptive lanyard protection.
Yeah, well, this
Preemptive lanyard protection,
so many
PLP.
years already. I had it on for so many years already.
yeah this bag is for it's gonna carry you on for a while. 10 years, 15 years. I don't know. Maybe when we are really, really old and grey, when we are all grey totally, then we can maybe talk about your big design 20-liter backpack in our maybe a
How many episode?
5,000 episode
Anniversary.
of It's Okay Lah.
Be your grandpa bag, not the dad bag.
So I gotta say again, like, thank you so much for getting me the bag. It's like, I mean, I know I brought it up I brought up the topic about the bag in the first place, and then like I wasn't expecting that you'll get it for me so fast. Even for the birthday, even I mean, it's like, because I know it's something that I wouldn't buy for myself, which I guess makes
We're glad
for
you
a
like
good-
it. Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
good transition.
All right, so that's it for that backpack and your birthday. All right,
And the
let's
long
change.
segment.
Let's change the lower thirds. What you guys want to talk about?
I want to talk about
I think the
electric
last
scooters.
I think the last time we chatted over WhatsApp, I think I said that I would like talk you through a few exercises, right? To try and like
Regarding my shoulder ache with the
just
backpack
like the
situation.
core and like shoulder muscles lah. So, but I actually didn't have time to prepare. So, yeah, maybe we can talk about something else first.
No, I've also not prepped that whole like extreme couponing thing as well. So
Well,
I mean,
maybe the new backpack doesn't require him to do anything with his shoulders anymore.
maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, like I was saying earlier, even the strap alone, the way it looks, it's like, oh, that actually makes sense. So, electric scooter or something else.
What about electric scooter, dude?
So I've seen those purple color scooters laying around the city, even around the the extra metropolitan area of Kuala Lumpur, and I was always curious about. So it's called Beam, BEAM, Beam. I'm not sure, Eugene, if you've seen before, or is it a Singapore company? No, right? Malaysia. Okay, so it's called Beam, BEAM, and I brought my kids to the playground today. One that is further away in Taman Jaya from where I am, but it's a bigger one, and they had while the kids were playing. I was like, okay. I saw a few beam scooters parked over there. I thought, yeah, why not? I mean, and so prior to this, John has also mentioned that I know you have to download the app, you have to register, and then you have to pay, and it's affordable, but it's not something that if you use it every time often enough, it's not a small amount or so lah. So. Is it correct that it's 60 cents per minute of use, or is there like an initial cap and then like a subsequent thing? Maybe either one. So I hopped on it once, went around a little bit, got my kid on it as well a little bit, and then done one ride, and then after a while went for another ride. Total spend almost 20 ringgit.
For how long?
Ooh.
For 14 plus 7 minutes. So
that's
about
actually
20
pretty okay.
20 plus minutes. Should be 20 plus minutes and then $20. Hey, wait, that's almost like $1 per minute. No lah, it should be longer lah. 14,
You had
15
so much
minutes,
fun that it burns out a lot more time than you thought it would be, and then it's 20 ringgit.
I mean, I was in the park, I was in the playground, and there was a biking path circling the perimeter of the playground. So I was like, wow, this is perfect. So just went around lah.
The kids enjoyed it?
Yeah, they liked it.
Okay.
Although my younger one couldn't balance at a small little bump, and then she fell off, but just a slight little scar lah. But then girls lah, so I have to.
Oh, you mean she was like in control of her own one?
No. I was controlling it, and then she was in front of me, and then there was a bump, and then she slipped, and then she fell.
Right.
Almost kind of forward facing down lah, but then it was just a small bruise lah. Nothing
Did you
too
ask her to
severe.
hit the scooter?
To
Beam
press the
your
acceleration?
fault, no.
No. Oh my god!
Such a bloody Chinese thing to do.
That Chinese thing. Yeah, you know what? That's not been happening in my household, and I make sure that it won't happen. I've seen it happening before, one generation prior.
Wait, what was that? What was that?
So you know the thing about the Chinese thing about no, not Chinese thing. I mean, so
The auntie
some
thing.
of the older auntie, uncle. So the older generation is like, whenever, let's say you accidentally walk and then you bump your waist and it really hurts. You bump into the edge of the table.
Right.
It's not the table's fault, but there's an instinctive thing to like whack the table and say, what is
It's all your fault.
It's all your fault.
Really?
You've not seen this
That's a
before?
Chinese thing.
No.
I've seen it more than I want to
I
in my
think it-
family. And
okay, I
yeah.
think
Usually it's kind of just cursing lah, but
Oh no,
not at the
This one,
thing lah.
no cursing.
Usually-
Immediately,
usually this is done with a kid
Kids.
that's like accidentally fell over because of maybe there's something that
and they
tripped
want to
them
die the
over.
blame to something.
So instead of blaming the kid for being stupid, not able to see that thing over there,
Balance.
they say,
Okay.
yeah lah, that thing is so stupid, and then you hit the thing.
So I gotta admit, and I gotta be
never-
discreet as well. I've seen like firsthand a adult doing it, like basically if there was no visual, it's like get up, boom, pia, and go away. No words spoken. I thought that like, wow, can happen or not? Even without the context of children, it maybe it's a thing that if you keep doing it so much and you grow up and then it's like, yeah. And
Yeah,
So,
I mean, if
I'm not doing it.
If I say like bump my like foot against like the table, I would like maybe just
Stub
like,
your toe,
just
you
like,
know?
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
but
not my toe lah,
this-
but I would maybe touch it to say, oh, okay, this is here. But I wouldn't. It's not to punish the table.
No, this happens.
that will do a lot of
this,
good.
this happens only when you have a minor,
Children.
children to die. I think
Right.
the reasoning behind is to divert the attention from the pain that they are going through, and then instead of letting them cry, maybe they are fake crying or whatsoever, divert the attention to like that thing caused it.
But-
You're naughty.
Oh.
But
that
don't you
table
think
you're
that is-
naughty, that kind of
That is
stuff.
that's like on one hand is diverting, is blaming inanimate objects. Okay, but kids lah fine, and then it's also enforcing vengeance a little bit. I mean, I
I
mean,
think
like,
there's a
again,
lot
like,
of
children is
negative
children.
connotation that comes together with
Maybe.
doing
So
something
I
like
don't,
that. Okay.
I definitely don't agree with it lah. So I don't do it. I don't do it because I have kids. And if anyone does it, I will like, yeah, you know what? That doesn't
So
make
in the
sense lah.
context of Kenny, so when he goes
Whack the
over
beam.
to the bum, and because she was on beam, and beam made her fell down and scratch her knee or wherever,
Bad beam,
right?
Bad beam.
Bad beam.
Doesn't
what I
roll off the
mean?
tongue. Bad beam. I mean, and if I was, and if she was to be more scientifically true, she could blame gravity also. And then where would she whack for? No, bad gravity, but that wouldn't make sense lah. And also at some point, this approach of whacking the source of the pain
Right.
doesn't make sense lah. But yeah, again, we don't know.
Usually, you never experienced that. It's good. You don't have a traumatized childhood.
Never.
No
Traumatize
trauma.
another
It's
way
just
to
that I
it,
know
right?
it.
Not
I know
this one.
things. Yeah, it's not trauma. It's just like, yeah, don't do this kind of things. Like it doesn't make sense, and I don't even think about it. Thank God.
But anyway, that beam thingy, you enjoyed it. It was.
I liked it.
Nice. I think it's a very good last mile kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the design purpose use case, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing that I think my place over here in Empire in Subang doesn't have beam is because there isn't a proper
Place to
cycling
path.
cycling path or a walkway that beam can safely execute, and because of that they probably don't have the permission to put on beam in Subang, because my
Right.
place in
No
Empire
infrastructure. Like.
it's perfect for me to just go on a beam, 1 minute go over to the LRT station. Like you can charge $1 per minute, and my idea is like really going to the station. I'm not going to take the beam and go right around and
Two minutes you'll be
that
done.
yeah.
Less,
So
yeah.
I'm just going to use it to actually go to the last mile instead of walking 5 to 10 minutes to the station. Within a minute, I'm reaching the station without me sweating a single beat. So I think that's
Oh,
pretty
didn't they
good.
have like bicycles also
It used
at
to
one point?
The-
They don't
Oh,
anymore?
is it called the yellow ones?
the old bikes and
old bike, yeah.
Oh, bikes double up already.
all done.
Singapore,
all,
right? Singapore, right? Old bike, and then Singapore.
China,
yeah,
Singapore.
expand.
There's so
Is it
many.
Dubai? Yeah, I maybe I don't know. Like, there were so many.
There were
was
so
old
many.
Bike, there was
Red
Mo
one,
bike.
yellow one,
was
blue
Mo bike,
one.
old
Well,
bike.
China, yeah,
There
okay.
was, yeah,
I think
all
old
these,
bike was the one. Old bike was the one that was like Singapore or maybe China, Singapore, then Malaysia. Old bike.
Speaking of which, right, it is repeating the same thing, the beam. So you see the purple ones. I think in KL there's another one that's yellow.
A blue or yellow. Okay.
I think I saw yellow. I was over at Shangri-La the last 1 week and I saw the yellow ones.
Oh,
I didn't
that
go
stands
near
out.
to see which brand it is. So it's gonna be like all these bikes, essentially. And if if they are not careful, they're gonna go on with the same fate. Close down because people
Right.
simply throw them away, simply park, and it's just hazardous to society.
right.
Old bike was a very good idea, to be
Yeah,
honest, to me.
Singapore has already like gone a full cycle of that actually.
Yeah.
So and all of these like electric scooters are all banned now already.
Right. There you
Oh,
go.
like completely banned now. Okay.
Well, they banned it
there was
in
a
such
whole
way that-
legislation. Yeah, about it.
Yeah, they ban it in such a way that it's no longer feasible to do it anymore. lah. So they
Right.
say that you are still allowed to use electric personal mobility devices.
Yeah,
PMD.
PMDs. Yeah, I
You're
remember
still allowed
that
to
term.
use it in like
Private
parks or like
spaces. Yeah.
park connectors. Basically, it's just very certain areas only lah. You can't just use it on the sidewalk anymore, the regular sidewalk, because
Right.
people are getting killed. So
Really?
they
get killed.
So there were stories of like people who got run over by, knocked over by one of these guys, and maybe I can't remember the exact details, but some of these were also like super modified to like go like much faster than they were originally designed to go.
So it's like their own personal device lah.
Yeah, so after a few
Modified.
like cases of like someone getting like hurt, I think 1 or 2 people died. Then they banned it. No?
It's a classic
So-
of we don't deserve nice, shiny things.
Yeah. The bicycles, on the other hand, are still around though.
Oh, really?
Really? Oh,
Yeah. So they have
Which one?
another one now.
okay. What color?
One is green, and there's one more white one. but I don't know what the name is. I just don't bother with it now. So yep.
Kind of. I mean, if you especially if you're living in a terrace house, right? You all miss the chance of just bloody flick a old bike and keep it forever a bike for your own use. I don't think anybody will.
In fact, I still see there is this place that I walk past like every day that I see some stolen old bikes. So
In use or just park
yeah,
there?
they're in use. There's a padlock on it. It's still got the old bike colors and doesn't have that lock box anymore. But it was an old bike.
I'm sure nobody is gonna go after you. No law enforcement
who's
or
gonna go
whatever.
after you? You know?
And the fact that it's written old bikes or whatever brand it is, it doesn't really matter anymore.
Well, like, darn, I should have done that as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a good bike to actually maybe own, for whatever sake.
The cost of manufacturing and maintaining a bike sharing or even one unit of a bike would definitely be a lot cheaper compared to having doing the same thing for a scooter. Like a scooter got battery and everything. I'm sure, even though it's smaller in like the components and all that, but the mechanism, the battery, I think that alone. Because I remember like in
to
China,
charge it, isn't it? So it's like
and this is the operation to actually go and charge it and then pick up all that. It has to be. I mean, it does cost more also per minute used. How much was the bikes? I think it was like 10 cents or even cheaper per minute or something. It was definitely.
I don't think it was
remember,
clearly flushed out because I don't think they had enough time. Because, to get to critical mass, they got to have a lot of promotions. There's like free rides, all right? If you sign up or you introduce to people and then, you try again, or I haven't seen you for a long time, here's some free rides, that kind of stuff. So I don't think they were long enough to flush out how much is feasible to get the operation running. They're all on VC money, not their own money, so they don't care.
Yeah, they just needed to scale really quickly.
Yeah. I guess.
I
I
can't
mean,
remember
what do
whether
I
if
know?
in Beijing
right?
is.
I don't.
I don't know whether if in
work
China
in
it's
that.
still a thing or not.
Yeah,
Do you know whether in China it's
I
still a thing?
don't.
Because that was where it's huge.
I
It was
think there is.
everywhere.
I think there is. So I have a friend who just recently came in from Shanghai and he said, he just rented one of these bikes and went around.
And it works. I mean,
what was it called,
did we try Ewing in Beijing?
I did.
I know I
think
tried
did.
later myself.
I
Right?
I ride. I rode the bike.
I had the Mobike, M-O-B-I-K-E.
Yeah, the Mobike. That's
the
the
orange
grey-
ones.
grey-
Mobike was orange, grey.
Orange
and
gray.
grey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mobike. So I actually used it quite a bit, but just to go around, and of course at night when the weather was better, it's cooler lah. Because you got your seasons in Beijing. But yeah, again, being in this part of the world, Singapore, Malaysia, temperature is will always be a challenge. Whether is it going to be for the bike sharing or even for the scooters lah. Yeah, so looks like I don't know. I mean, looks like it's the beam is still seems to be around still, even for how long already, and looks like it's not going away just yet. Maybe the VC money still can stand.
No, I think it's
but
because
not
also
many
the
are using it lah.
regulation and the control that the local
applied.
councils are not simply putting. I guess it's because of also the previous experience they had with all these old bikes and whatever, and they are being conscious to execute, I guess, because it is so easy to include Subang over this area to have beams, because that's what I thought, why over here doesn't have beams and everything. And every single time I actually go on the Instagram and then ask them, hey, come to Subang soon, because I want it, right? But then again, I look around me and the facility is just not there. And I am thinking that that's the reason why they are not in Subang Jaya. Because there's so many LRT stations here, from my place, Subang Jaya, to 15 to 18. And there's a lot of people would want to have beam. Like, for instance, if you're in 18, right, you're staying in SS18 or even SS14, you want to go to the train station, beam. 1 minute you reach, easy. It will be
Which
so
you
good.
will have to beam via the housing area residential roads.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Which is also where you got a lot of people walking and jogging and all that lah. So again, they are being careful lah.
Oh, wow.
Like where I was, it was a playground. So
Yeah.
bike path, but also the people lah. So again, a bit of a fine line between how out there do you go versus being in the park. And definitely there's don't go on the road. You have to be off the roads. So it looks like they don't want people to actually use beams on roads per se. So what does that leave you with? Playground and
What about non-rental electric scooters? Dude, are there a lot of like regular folks like zipping around on their own personal ones in KL?
no,
not yet.
Not yet.
Because,
Not yet.
Because in Singapore there were a lot of them like before the ban, so it was very common to just see like just zipping by, and maybe because they had the infrastructure, maybe they had like sidewalks and stuff.
Walking in Singapore is like very walkable. Hence, just using those things. No,
It's very hot, man.
oh, it's more better than Malaysia lah.
The weather is just. I mean, okay. Infrastructure wise, they're better. They've got like
The paths
sidewalks
and
stuff
covered.
like that.
So I
Yeah.
guess
And it's quite consistent. But yeah, but last time before the ban, all of these sidewalks were all like main roads lah for like all the electric scooters, and so there were a lot of them riding around, and so I was just wondering if that is not the case in KL, is it? There are no like.
I feel like the
You don't
Fed
see
has already
anybody riding
passed
around.
maybe one or two, like not much, and then now it's like even lesser. I feel.
Right.
Well, John, you were saying.
no, I wanted to say no. Singapore is not very walkable, but Singapore is
Okay.
very beamable.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's banned,
more than
so-
Malaysia, more so than Malaysia. You know, I know. I can't imagine myself. I mean, again with kids and then car, you know, it just is easier. But on the playground, bike path, safe and off the road. Yeah, anytime, man. I would do that again anytime.
Any last thoughts, guys, about that? Because I want to complain
Wrap up.
something.
Oh, bring it.
Have you watched Guardians of the Galaxy already?
I
The
have
third one?
Uh-huh.
the third
Did
one.
you, did you
the
go?
one out now.
No, I didn't see.
I was in the cinema, right,
IMAX?
watching it. IMAX. I
Of
paid
course.
good money for it, for 2 tickets, right,
Right.
in Malaysia, right. And this is not the very first time that I'm experiencing this, and it's like really making me feel, I don't know.
We're talking about the experience and not the movie
Gosh,
stuff,
what
right?
I'm not going to talk about a movie because you
The
know
experience of
I don't
the
want to
cinema,
spoil it for
yeah.
everyone.
Of course.
Eugene haven't watched it and everything.
Oh, it's okay.
So say you bought a ticket for 11:40 show PM or 11:30 show PM. It's rather late, right? It's a midnight show. You will finish late. That's for that you know. But if the Guardians of the Galaxy say it's a 2-hour show, I don't need to stay
Two and
for
a half.
Okay, 2.5 hour show. I do
Yeah.
not need to bloody stay TGV for 3 freaking hours because you play 30 minutes of stupid advertisement
30
and
minutes is a
everything.
lot. 30
And
is a
Half
lot.
an hour is quite long.
30 is a lot.
Half an hour, you bloody TGV. And to top that off, okay, I do not need to see the trailer of the movie that I'm watching before the bloody movie.
You know what? That happens in Malaysia more often than it should.
Oh.
It's actually quite bad.
Oh my God. Right. And please start to understand the people who are coming back to your cinema to watch a movie, right? You know, when I first watched that clip of Tom Cruise flying off the bloody cliff, impressive, very nice. I was like, oh, nice. After the 10th time I go back to your bloody cinema to watch a movie, I don't want to watch that for freaking again. That's like a good 10 minutes there of the same shit. Right? Pardon my French. Oh my
Well,
God.
I mean, in their defense, I mean, like about repeating the same ads over like different movies, they wouldn't know. I mean, like how long does that ad campaign run for, and then which movies they go for. I mean, that one is a bit hard to say lah.
Well,
Like, they can-
I
yeah.
mean, okay, number one, that is a feature for the Mission Impossible or whatsoever that you're playing. Even that aside, okay, the amount of advertisement from Panasonic to like do not know what, you know, even I think Panasonic itself got a few advertisement inside or something like, along that line. My God, that's half an hour of freaking advertisements where I paid good money to watch the bloody show in your IMAX theater, okay? That's not cheap. You're not sponsoring anything. You're not, you know, we are paying the full price and your concessions as well for your popcorns and everything. Bloody hell.
Overpriced concessions, but that's how they make money. Well, that and also ads lah.
I want to support you guys. I want to pay for the movies. I want to go there to have a good experience, but please don't waste my time.
So what would be a good
Is it just
solution?
TGV though? What about like the rest?
That's the thing. I haven't been to the rest. I've been back to the TGV simply because it's just near me and they have IMAX.
And also IMAX, yeah. I watched it at JSC, regular cinema, not IMAX. 15 minutes of ads, 15 to 20. This is quite normal.
This is quite long.
Any short, yeah, but it's quite normal. Any shorter, you'll be like, oh, you're late already because like people tend to like they
Not be on
anticipate
time,
that,
yeah.
Correct. I mean, because like if they don't want to watch ads and trailers, like, I mean, like I was the kind of person who used to like I want to go there on time because I watch trailers.
Yeah,
This
but you
before
don't
YouTube,
bloody-
before YouTube, no, before YouTube and before Apple.com. No, QuickTime trailers. I was, I used to always go there because it's so good, like movie trailers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
QuickTime trailers, and then YouTube, and then okay, there I don't need to go on time to watch it anymore already. Yeah. So John, you're saying?
I'm just saying, it's fine. You can play trailers, all right. Just don't bloody play the same movie trailer in front of a
Yeah,
bloody movie that
that's-
I'm watching.
That's so sinful. Yes.
Oh my god, what it is? Well, you don't need to sell me that movie anymore. I'm here sitting on your seat to watch that movie.
So, what will be a solution? I mean, definitely, whoever who's compiling all these ads and trailers for the pre-roll or whatever you call it should know not to play the trailer for the movie you're watching lah.
Okay.
But other than that, what's the solution? Like, cap it at 15.
Just adjust the conditional statement. If the movie
And there's the conditional statement.
if the movie is
This-
movie ABC,
Don't play trailer.
don't play.
Well, or
remove from the array or the collection.
or this. Remember the last trip that I went to Beijing together with you?
Yeah. Did you go cinema?
We went for a movie.
Which one did you watch?
I can't remember, but it was watching another Marvel show again.
We watched. I want to say Captain America or
Civil
Civil
War?
War?
Maybe.
Civil
Maybe
War,
it
yeah.
was
Maybe
Civil
Civil War. I watched it again with a vendor friend.
Yeah.
Yes,
So we
yes.
went with together with your commandeраtes,
Vendor
your,
friend.
your friends and stuff like that, right? Say the movie was 11 o'clock, right? Sat down 11 o'clock. No, nothing there. Just play.
So this is purely just for China. They straight away on time. I'm curious how different the business was, because like our model in Malaysia is probably very much similar to in the US, which is where we hear about all these ads and also how cinemas don't make money from tickets, but they make money from concessions and definitely ads. I wonder how different it is. The business works in China or even in Beijing. But yes, they start on time. If you anticipate to go there late, gone. You will miss the show.
11 o'clock. That's when the movie play.
You got me curious. I think want to find out now, like why is there no need for ads, or maybe it's even a government rule that you cannot play ads in a cinema. Maybe even I have a feeling that has to do with that. I think I looked it up before somewhere. But yes, in China, well, at least in Beijing for a fact, it's on time.
Yeah.
Any cinema is on time.
I'm not
I
asking you
remember
not.
how it is in Singapore.
Yeah, how is it in Singapore? Where was the
Got
last
ads lah, I'm
movie
sure.
did?
I hardly watch movies here actually.
Yeah.
With the kids, like cinema. The movie.
Do you remember how much you pay for a movie over in Singapore?
Let me see. Endgame.
Cathay.
Uh-huh.
And oh
Endgame
yes.
must have been- it wasn't expensive. It was like
10 plus thing.
Was it a big
10,
cinema?
10 or 12.
Was it
Yeah,
big
it was
screen
the morning when we
IMAX?
watched it. No, it was a regular one.
Regular. Okay, how much do you remember?
Regular. Was it 12?
12 Sing?
$12?
12 cents, that's like 50 ringgit. No, 45
I mean,
ringgit.
well, if you convert
yeah.
that way lah, yeah.
So,
Right, so
that's
that's-
one reason why we don't watch it here actually. We're like, piece of
Yeah.
what?
if you are paying 45 ringgit and then you don't have a lot of ads, I guess it's you shouldn't be watching ads even, I think, at 45 ringgit.
Right.
At least that's what I think.
You're paying for your right not to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay, how much?
It's quite a lot actually.
IMAX costs somewhere close to about 50 ringgit now per person.
35. It's as cheap
35.
as 30 or 30 something. It's as cheap as that, but it goes higher for the weekends and whatnot lah.
I think for 2 tickets, I'm spending somewhere around close to 70 to 80 ringgit. Right?
Before
With-
concessions.
Yeah, before concessions. So plus concessions, popcorns and everything. So a movie will set us back to about 100 ringgit. This is so freaking expensive when compared to like 3-4 years ago. It used to be
Before pandemic? Really?
yeah,
Before
it
years
used
ago,
to
before
be
pandemic?
what 20 ringgit for IMAX or 24 ringgit for IMAX.
20 for cheap, 25 for like otherwise 30 below. Yes, that's true. That's true.
Right. And then because movies is an experience, you always bring your partner, so it's two fellas.
And kids, if let's say,
yeah,
you
and
have for
family,
the right movie. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
complaining the amount that I'm paying. I'm just complaining about the bloody amount of ads. Because I don't mind ads really. I mean, I don't mind feeling hungry looking at the KFC ads that you put on. Or
They
the
don't have it anymore. KFC is
McDonald's,
no more running campaign.
ASMR, Crunchy.
Oh yeah, still got
Don't
The
have lah, not anymore.
It's been a while already.
Yeah, I think that's
no
a very
campaign
good
already.
campaign in using your surround sound system to entice us of like eating the crunchy chicken.
There was a time where after movie, there was a high chance you and I will go for KFC. It worked.
Yeah, it worked for-
Like you watch the ad and then
Exactly what they
our
advertised.
two movies, even though the movie was as crappy as
What if I do?
Terminator Genesis or whichever.
Genesis.
Yeah.
So the one where John Connor's the bad guy.
John Connor's the bad guy
Yeah,
and
it
it's
was
the
horrible.
it was just bad. But we went to KFC after that.
Yeah,
I
please.
remember.
TGV,
I mean, it's
please
KFC
review your this policy, whatever it is. I don't know. Charge more. Play less ads.
No lah, don't charge more lah. I think
Don't
some
charge
people.
more.
I think the average. But I'll be curious to know what is the. I mean, what was the operational caps like? No, they just run as much as if more people buy ads, just
I
run
don't know, man.
crazy lah. Has to be a cap, but I mean, there's a schedule to also maintain.
Apparently the cap is half an hour lah.
I don't think it's a norm. It could be a max.
Half an hour is a bit long.
It could be a
Half an hour is
threshold or an outlier. Yeah, 50-20 is quite normal. I mean, that's what I usually anticipate for my movies when I go to cinema as well. And in the same way, if I have to go somewhere after the movie, I would anticipate that additional time upfront on top of the runtime of the actual film itself. That's normal. But half an hour is really. And it's a late movie as well.
But
for
you
you.
know what? I'm pretty happy with what they recently changed not too long ago. The ratings screen, the 18SX.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether you guys notice. If you avid,
I was with
cinema
you lah. I
goers.
know. I saw. Yeah.
Every single time it happened to me, I'll complain to Kenny. Whenever that rating page comes out, I gotta preset you up first because you are watching previews, trailers, and everything, or movies, pum,
Ads.
right? And then you watch, and then the cinema goes black, right? After a
Quiet.
while, after that 2 seconds of all black, suddenly it shows you a 13 PG rating, right? But the screen is on the white background and black text.
Oh.
So the
So it's
white
blinding.
background is like boom, blinding. It's literally just for that second because it's so
It's on
dark.
purpose.
Suddenly,
It's on
boom,
purpose.
open up your eyes. It's like you cannot see. It's 18XX.
No,
Is it?
it's not on purpose. It's like somebody at the LPF just like, okay lah, default white template PowerPoint, put the words LPF
Blank
18SG,
PowerPoint.
highlight size 120. Okay, submit.
This
That was just, it's just lazy, not thought of, not thought of things.
Yeah, talking of not thought out things. Your app, right? You want to be really, really. I don't know. What's that called? What's the word called? If you
User
being-
experience. What?
No,
User-centric?
being a pain in the ass for TGV. You can comment.
Okay.
I can comment about the stupid app. Okay. For what's worth, it's a functioning app. Okay, very difficult to find in Malaysia. Functioning app.
Fair enough.
Functioning,
Fair
yeah.
enough. Fair
Right.
enough.
So this is what happened when you have when you launch the app. It shows you
What is
Fast
that?
10.
It's a
the
trailer?
No, it's
a
not a trailer.
prom-
It's sort of like
it's
a
a promo
5 second
Oh.
Clip.
clip.
It's
Freak.
an ad lah.
Yeah.
It's an ad
Right.
lah.
It's an ad. Yeah, it's an
All
ad.
right. I show you like this. It's fine. Right now, it does make a lot of you tell me about the movie that's incoming and everything. But this is the bloody same app that you walk into Sunway in front of a ticketing system trying to figure out and get your QR code out where you put it and hide it like in your history, not just in your history, transaction history. And on top of that, you have to click on the more info button over here that's like so
Get the
small
QR code.
to get the bloody QR code.
They didn't integrate it with the Apple Wallet.
All right, to top that
No,
off,
don't have.
to top that off, the entrance walking into the Sunway TGV Cinema, the line is pretty bad. So it's trying to load the bloody trailer for the 4-5 second and it can't load. And then you are just like in front of the thing trying to figure out how to enter the cinema. Basket.
Right.
Also, if that 5-second clip can't play, it will not progress.
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember even.
That's
so
bad. I mean, because the line is also bad, so it's like you can't load the
Oh, you
video.
mean you can't play because of the bad handphone reception?
Not the queue line, not the queue is bad, but the line is bad. So therefore,
yeah.
the video
Oh, the
As
line.
in the phone line is bad.
Cellular line. Okay.
Cellular line is
and
bad,
you
therefore the video
you're
won't play
trying
and
to
it can't
load all
progress.
this
Right.
data on
Oh my
your thing.
god! Okay. That sounds like a
Right?
problem.
Are you listening? Are you even? Do you even experience this? Are you going to cinemas or not? You TGV fellas, come on, man.
GP fellas? I take issue with the fact that when I open the app and then I have got music playing or something else elsewhere, it's a video. It's a video, right? It's
Yeah.
media. It will
is.
interrupt
Uh-huh.
whatever I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
So that I take issue with. Like, damn it, stop my music. Even though I'm just gonna browse movies to buy a ticket, it's like no, it's a media. But the same applies for Shopee product videos or whatever. So like
Okay.
all those things whenever video plays.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on to my airplane mode. Fair enough. No wireless. No nothing.
All right.
I just quit my TGV app, right? Totally blank slate. I'm going to launch a TGV app. Unable to connect. Please saying, okay, come up with that.
Oh no.
No offline mode.
It just
There's
hangs
no-
there.
Nothing. You can't go into offline mode and go to your tickets.
No, you can't. You got to join your membership, whatever. You got to sign
Okay.
in.
Oh, you can't log in. You can't
So
log
where
in.
the heck is your QR code? Oh, okay. Yeah, we send it to your email. Fine. How many
No
emails you
line.
bloody get a day? With all this promotional stuff, and then to top that off, UTGV sending us spam some more. Oh my god. I love this
Okay.
segment.
Okay, I'm gonna do this now. I just only opened up the TGV app. True enough, the same thing played as what John you showed earlier,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna go to airplane mode and also try the same thing again. So I'm able to connect, saying blah blah blah. The promo fast X thing played again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you on
It's,
Wi-Fi?
it's
though?
buffered.
It's buffered.
No,
so
I'm
that
on airplane.
that bloody thing
airplane
you
mode
buffered.
No, but is your Wi-Fi on in airplane mode?
No, it's off.
Okay.
So
So that buffered. Okay.
So literally, the ads is more important than us,
Oh.
our profile. Getting into the cinema, watching the movie. Maybe that's why you have a half an hour advertisement. So that we can hang out outside trying to get into your cinema.
Buffer time for this one.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Such a pain. My goodness.
Wow. Okay. To be fair, I'm nitpicking, right? I'm nitpicking the whole entire experience. For what the intent of purpose of actually going to watch a movie is pretty pleasant. We are able to watch it. It's just that I think half an hour for ads is a little bit too much, huh? At least for
For
me.
all this while, you guys have been buying the tickets and I've just been like showing up. I didn't realize it was so hard.
No, it's not very hard. It's just that you gotta know like where the hiccups are, I guess.
Right.
I also
Nitpicking,
want
man, nitpicking.
I also want to complain. I did the same thing that you did just now, John, and then now I have to relog into the app.
Yeah.
I opened earlier, it was fine. Then I airplane mode, then can't connect server. Can't connect server doesn't mean that you log me out, ma. Now it's logged out already. I have to relog in again.
Oh.
I'm logged out as well.
So that
So you need to enter in your password and
I
all that
take
again.
issue with that. Come on.
It is a bit annoying. It is annoying.
I mean, it's not like broken, but it's not nice lah. I mean, user experience,
Well,
right?
for what's worth, you have a workable ad, huh? Not many Malaysian, softwares actually work well enough, to be honest. But yeah, could be better. Could be better. With that said, I think we got 1 hour each already. 1 hour and 10 minutes for this podcast.
Feels that way, yes.
Yeah, I think we got a good episode. We talk about the bags, which we totally love and like and can't scream about it. I mean, between us, I think a Coldplay and also Peak Design, I think y'all will probably go for Peak Design.
Coldplay?
Coldplay is coming
Among
to
Us.
Malaysia, what? today was the first CIMB sale.
Oh.
And tomorrow is they are opening up for the public. So
Right.
those who got tickets, congratulations. Enjoy the show in November. Those who are fighting for tickets tomorrow, good luck.
Carousel already got already.
Oh, really?
Yes, somebody posted
Wow.
Carousel.
Purpose.
3K got already.
Wow.
I saw on Facebook. So
Yeah, on that note, guys, see you guys next week. Thank you for listening us on our podcast. It is how to say syndicated. Whoa, that's a big word. Syndicated on Spotify and Apple
Syndicated.
Podcasts.
Syndicated.
And also Google Podcasts. For some odd reason, it only updates like 24 hours. That's right,
I
Kenny?
will find out if it's any faster or slower this time. But yes,
And
we'll
those
see.
those who want, like sometimes we showcase the bag and everything, right? We have a video version. It's on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@itsokaylah. All right. So see you guys. Nice chatting with you guys. Talk to you all next week.
Okay.
See you
Bye.
everybody. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.